It's the bass.
Ezoku.
Oh man. He just sounded like, you know, when you had the flip phones and someone yelled in it. That's what he just sounded like.
Can you hear me?
Right. Do I sound like I'm talking over the phone?
No,
you sound like
I mean, you sound like a conference call.
Like 2001,
oh my God,
bro. You sound like 2001.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not.
It's like work.
Yeah, basically.
I'm about to sign on my other laptop, yo. I can't do this.
Hello, Ugo, are you there? Hello.
I can't do this.
No, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. We're fine. We're fine.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, boys.
No, we're good. We're just messing with you. Come on.
You're good, bro. You're good, bro. Come on, you know we're gonna tease you.
No, you got it. You got it, bro.
Come on.
Not even.
So speaking of jobs,
so since our last update, Ugo and I are newly employed.
Hey,
we're part of that little TV. We're part of the great the great unemployment jump shit. Whatever. So I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I ended up moving into essentially the type of job I wanted. And I guess I kind of wanted to talk about the interview process for that. So I think in the last episode or the episode that we spoke about this, I was talking about with technical jobs, how a lot of them have the data engineering type jobs. They have this technical interview that's kind of like a quiz. So I think this job specifically, they didn't offer that. They offered a project, which, you know, when I saw it, I was like, yo, fuck it. This shit's good to go. So, you know, I didn't, and clearly it went well. I had to give a presentation on it. Spoke with one of the co-founders, kind of moved through that, and finally just through the offer. And I got the job. So I guess when I reflect on the interview process, like now kind of going into it, I still kind of feel that interviews are broken. You know, for like the most part, although I kind of understand that, like, you know, why we kind of do, or why technical jobs tend to kind of do they do, or why jobs in general tend to just kind of like swagger jack, you know, whatever sounds cool and hip, and, you know, just copy that, you know, that being like why a lot of our questions are kind of common, or at least like early on in the interview. And you know what, like, I don't think I could have. I think the only reason I got into this company is because it was a project. Because, like, at least for me, like as an engineer, one of the things that I think is very valuable is the ability to, like, you know, kind of like pick up new tech on the spot. And like the project specifically, it was me working on similar tech, but it was you know, or on new tech that I haven't used before, but similar tools were involved and stuff like that. And, you know, come find out after I came in, you know, they said that was the point of it, right? So, like, I guess from their point of view, right, like they had a specific type of person that they were trying to get, and it was that type of person, somebody that's going to be able to take a project and work with it like you look great, a little longer, and just kind of like persevere through it, or like have the grit or whatnot. But they're actually talking about maybe changing that. So I'll explain why. So, like, I actually think this is kind of like a good thing. I only came across one other company that offered both a project and the option of just taking a you know, one of those typical like engineering quizzes. And I asked them why, right? And it was like, well, you know, not everybody has the time or wants to go about it like that, right? Some people are just really good at, like, you know, just those technical questions, and they're like, you know, they offered it because you know, there's just two different types of interviewers, and they don't want to lose anybody. And that's exactly what's going on with the company that I'm working at now. Like, we're at a point where they're just like growing and hiring a bunch of engineers, because there's just been like a big uptick in like data engineering related work and machine learning work. So one of the things that they pointed out was that we lose like 50% of candidates at that project. And they were like, you know, we don't want to lose good people because of that. So they're actually considering doing something a little bit more like the, I guess, like other tech companies. I'm not sure if it's going to be exactly, or if they're going to offer both. I mean, I gave my input on that because, not for nothing, I still suck at those type of interviews. Like, I've gotten through some of those, like, few and far between. Yeah, but I guess I do things that did help me out was literally just doing as many interviews as possible. I will say, like with salary, I did hit what I wanted to, and I remember when I was throwing that out to people, people were like, "Nah, that's crazy." I'll say is don't undersell yourself when you're interviewing. I honestly felt, and maybe this came with coincided with like more confidence, but once I started asking for way more, people started taking me a little bit more serious.
Did you slap that shit off the table and say, "Yo, stop fucking playing with me"? Stop fucking playing with me. Give my fucking money. Did you say that, or were you like,
nah, man? That's how I got. No, I got hired. I was a good boy.
Oh, okay.
I was a good boy.
Yeah.
I do actually want to point something else about the salary stuff because I actually have a friend who was working at New Classrooms. Now I don't give a fuck about that company. I'll say their name. And he left too, but he left to Google. So he had more of a creative job. So he actually left to Google, and his first year he got a job for $130,000 first year, and he was super hyped, right? You see everybody like this, right? So he comes find out later on in the year that everybody is making $250,000 in the same exact role he's making. So so he comes finds out review. He brings it up and he asks them for 280,000, and they give him 300,000. So like I only say that because it's just like people don't like sharing, their salary. I share it with everybody who shares it with me, just because I think it's silly, especially like us being like, just trying to have to figure it out on the spot. We got to tell each other what the fuck we're making so we can just keep, pulling everybody up and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm just very happy that I got a job. Everything's good with it. It's like the same type of job that I've been wanting. Big emphasis on learning, getting a lot of certifications, working with a lot of different clients. It's pretty much consulting, the data engineering, and it took me a while to find this gig. And fuck, man, I don't know, it just worked out, man. There was a few other gigs that I was like really close, and I was like, yo, it's way more money than I'm making now, but this was way more money than all this other shit. It's a way better gig.
Are you happy?
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm
happy.
super happy. Are you happy? That's the number one question.
All that fucking matters, bro.
All that matters. All that matters.
Super, son. Yo, moving on fucking up, man. I'm making that white people money, son. Holla.
That perico, that grade perico.
Nah, man, I'm there on my there every day, man. Man, polite.
Hugo,
Nope.
how about you? How was the journey?
Which journey? The job journey or the journey to get the screen working?
Either.
Both of them were really hard for him.
Well, I switched MacBooks. This is a brand new MacBook that just came out, so that's why that worked immediately. So
That's that wizards.
No, this is Cadence 13 money right here. I got this for free, so thank God. But the job search, oh my goodness, it was a grind. It was a 5-month journey. Just to draw comparisons and draw parallels. When I went for the Wizards job, I was like in a serious job search for probably like a month tops, maybe 2. And I was fielding offers and I settled on the Wizards offer. This one here for Cadence 13, and I'm going to blame this on COVID. I'm going to blame this on the pandemic. I'm going to blame this on the mass unemployment to employment migration that's going on in our country right now. So I'll blame it on that because it's definitely not on my credentials. It's definitely not on my experience. It's definitely not on the fact that, I'm a very attractive candidate in my field, so, I'm not going to blame it on that at all whatsoever. So, but yeah, this 5 months the 5 months leading up to August is when I finally settled with Cadence 13. They're a podcast network. They're owned or in the Odyssey Entercom family, whatever. They've got locations coast to coast all throughout the country, in radio and podcasting and television and so forth and so on. So yeah, it's great. It's super exciting. I'm a producer, so basically I wear a billion hats in terms of podcast producing, music editing, podcast writing, research, a million different hats that just come with the producer title. So all my experiences from Penn State, College of Communications, up until 10 years later, up until now, have helped cultivate and guide me to this point of getting this gig, and I love it. I love it to death. I mean, most recently, I worked on the GM Shuffle with Michael Lombardi. He was a GM for the New England Patriots, and Adnan Virk. He works for ESPN as a color commentator, and he's worked for the WWE as well on color commentating and studio anchor jobs and so forth and so on. So I get to talk to those guys on a regular basis, which is pretty cool. And talk NFL football and research and watch games and basically get paid to watch NFL games and just talk about it. So like it's dream gig. And Kevin Durant, he's got a podcast network on Cadence 13. I'll be working on some of his podcasts as well, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, anything pretty much sports related in the Cadence 13 network or whatnot. There's a good chance I'll have my fingerprints on their stuff. So it's great. DK mentioned knowing your worth. It's just facts.
It sounds like you haven't told them about the base yet. I hear all this podcast talk.
Yo, bro, don't get fired. You just got the job. Relax.
Yeah, right. He's in, right? Fuck us, right?
We're looking for a new sound. Yo, do you know anybody? A new sound? Like, I know just a guy.
I'm looking for 4 guys.
You're like, sir, are you recording that with your phone?
Is that your bedroom?
Is that your bedroom?
Production?
You guys have blur screens? What the fuck you guys doing? You guys are fucking amateurs. Yo, good shit,
all of us are using green screens. This isn't my bedroom. This is definitely a green screen from like somebody else's bedroom.
Some kid's bedroom.
Some kid's bedroom.
I'm happy you guys are making money and chucking and jiving for the white man. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yeah, it'd be like that, you know. Listen, Massa gives me cornbread, watered down lemonade. I get to sleep in the big house. I'm excited.
The big house. Whoa.
I'm excited, man.
Not many people of your shade make it to the big house.
Make it to the big house.
Not any.
The big house. Wow. And he gets to read books. Over.
Hey man, life is good. Life is amazing. It is what it should be. That's what Drake said. So,
yo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dope.
And the salary's dope. To go off of what Dique said, I definitely got more than the national average of what I'm supposed to be making. They gave me more. I'm gonna chalk that up to my 10 years of experience in the field. I'm very happy with that. I can afford to do semi-rich people things, and I'm happy about that.
Oh, you can finally eat at the Red Lobster.
Yeah. I can walk. I can walk through.
Bro, you can go to the Outback if you want, bro.
Bro, I can walk into Ruth Chris and walk out now. I'm excited.
Yeah, so, he can finally get the appetizer. He can get the big piece of bacon.
Hell yeah!
Finally,
that's 2 for $20, man. Those days are over.
Well, if you ever want to take some of your money away, just go have a child.
Speaking of new jobs, someone has a new job.
Segway God, the dad edition.
So the fucking medical industry is robbing minorities, bro. This shit is crazy, bro. Anesthesia is mad expensive, first off. A pill like fucking Tylenol is like $45, which is crazy because in the corner store it's like $2.
So
wait, you said anesthesia is expensive?
Anesthesia is expensive.
Okay, yeah.
Painkillers expensive. Epidural is expensive. It's crazy. Our bill after having my son was crazy.
They charge you out the ass,
bro. Not only did they charge you out the ass. Check this out, bro. They drugged her up. Let me start from the top. Let me go from the top. Let me back on up. So I walk inside the hospital. Right? Walk inside the hospital maybe 10 hours too early. I would suggest everybody to go to the hospital when you're closer to the dilation period. They're supposed to dilate 10 centimeters. But if you're like 8 or 7, I suggest that's when you go to the hospital, right? The reason being is that the hospital is trying to get you in and out. They're not really there to figure out what's going on with you. They're not there to help you through the pregnancy. They're not there to help you. They're here to help their pockets, right? So my wife basically got put on the table, and she's just sitting there. Yo, bro,
I just imagine like Like, I don't know, just a bunch of dudes just taking her and just putting her on the table, just like dropping her on the table.
Yeah,
like belly burst on the table.
Exactly, like, oof.
Bro, it's crazy. So they took two scanners. One is for the baby's heartbeat. One is for the heartbeat of the mother, right? To check the contractions of the baby. So it's baby heartbeat, contractions. If at any point the baby moves, you can't monitor that anymore. So if the baby's on the other side of the stomach, the monitors over here don't matter. So if I can't move the monitors and my wife can't move the monitors, who's moving the monitors, bro? The nurse. And if the nurse don't pull up, the shit just stays there. So now they don't come check on you consistently like the movies. It's nothing like the movies. They have a fucking large screen in a hallway, and they use that to check the monitors to see if there's contractions and baby heartbeat and shit. If at any point in time the baby heartbeat disappears or the contractions fall or heighten, that's when they come in. Now, if the baby has moved, then it looks like the contractions ain't contracting, bro. It looks like the contractions are very small. So I'm reading the monitor, and I'm like, nah, bro. She's punching me in the face. These contractions aren't lining up with these punches to the face, bro. Something's off. Something's off, bro. So I'm like, nah. Can we call the nurse? So the nurse pulls up, and she's like, do you want an epidural, right?
Oh, setup question. Setup.
So Edboi, let me ask you a question. If you're in mad pain and somebody's like, yo, you want some drugs?
They're just going to say yes. They're just like, fuck it. Yeah, whatever.
But the thing is, if I wait for you to get into pain, how more inclined are you to say yes to the pain?
Yeah. You're going to be like, yeah, fuck it.
It's all part of the plan, bro. So a C-section is about $5,000 to $7,000. Whether it's
What do you mean? I could do a C-section. I got knives in the kitchen.
Bro, easily.
You just don't gotta cut too deep. You just gotta like, oops, baby. Like you just gotta make sure you're good.
It's crazy. The C-section is anywhere to $5,000 to $7,000, right? Whether it's successful or not. So you baby could die, but I'm still gonna make this bread.
Is that with insurance?
Yo, bro. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. The epidural alone is mad bread, right? We got the bill back from the hospital. Mind you, we had a crazy situation. She went through it naturally. Shout outs to her. She's better than me because I would have took all the drugs. But she went through it naturally, like no issue. But they were giving the whole runaround. Like the nurses wasn't coming in at some point. The doctor had like walked me out and then drugged her up so that he can ask her if she wants to take the epidural. It was crazy, bro.
Yo, man. What in the world?
Yo, bro. But this isn't a one-time thing. Everybody I spoke to about their process, they go through the exact same thing. Like they woke me out so they can catch her on her by herself while she's drugged up, and they were like, "Yo, you want to take these drugs? Like just blink twice, blink twice if you want to take the good shit. Like just give me one of these." Like,
we got you.
And she was like, nah, I'm not. She was like, nah, nigga, I'm not taking no fucking. She was throwing a mad gang sign. I'm not taking no fucking epidural.
Oh my God.
Bro, when she said no, she's not taking the epidural, they dipped for the rest of the pregnancy. So we're not getting no nurses, no doctors, no nothing out of nowhere because she's not getting the epidural. Apparently, when you get the epidural, you're paying for all of them. So the nurses and the doctors are making money off the epidural. So if you don't do the epidural, they're not getting paid. So in their mind, it's like, wow, bitch, you're not going to take this fucking drug and just have the baby safely? Fuck you, I'm out of here. But the epidural numbs your body from the waist down. So you can't push and you can't feel the baby coming out. So you don't even feel the actual process of birth, bro. You can only push when they tell you to. You don't feel it anymore. And then after that, the epidural fucks your back up where you can't walk anymore. So I'm glad she didn't take the epidural, bro. Glad, bro. So we get home. A month passes. My son's beautiful. He's amazing. I'll bring him later.
Nice.
We get the bill from the hospital. You know they charge this nigga to be born?
Like
yo, bro. It's
like at least $100.
No, bro. 12,000. It's 12,000 to be born. I gotta pay to get born. That's crazy, bro. They charged him to be born, bro. So he doesn't have to pay. You have to pay. I mean, no. He gonna get that bill back. His first birthday coming up. I don't know what he thought. Nah, I'm playing, but it's fucked up, bro. They're charging the gonna be born. Like,
man.
Like, and then she took a Motrin, and the Motrin was $85.
Oh yeah, hospitals do that. What they'll do is that they'll put like massive markups on like really basic shit.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know,
As a man, I can't tell women how to go through their pregnancy, but I urge to just research as much as possible. Research as much as possible before even hitting the hospital bed. Try and go as late as possible so that you're not costing them so much money because you're paying for room and board. And if you can, I know it hurts OD, please be natural. Please, these niggas gonna rob you, bro.
This is crazy.
They're going to rob you. This is crazy.
This is wild.
It's
yeah.
crazy. Like,
the American healthcare system, when it comes to giving birth, is extremely expensive because, you know, I've read a lot of things about what it costs to birth in different countries, and everywhere else it's like the costs are negligible. You know, in Western Europe, Canada, everywhere is relatively expensive. I mean, relatively cheap compared to the United States, but that's just like a quirk of our system. That's insane. I mean,
it's insane, but it's common.
It's very common. It's almost like a tax. It's almost like a birth tax.
Yeah. No, it's definitely got me thinking about taxes. And bro, you be looking at your paycheck, not to like compare the two, but it's the only reference that I could think of. Like remember the first time you look at your paycheck?
Hey, it's a baby.
Baby. Gross versus net. You look how much gets taken out in federal taxes and everything. Oh boy. It's kind of the same. But he's here and he's adorable. Look at those cheeks.
Super adorable.
Look at those
podcaster.
Yo, why does he look confused?
Because
they just wake
He's
up.
like, oh?
Did he wake up from a nap?
Yeah, he did. He just woke up. So this is the product. This is the guy who's going to be paying his own bill next month.
He's already working. He's already working.
$12,000. So you got it?
You got to work that off.
I ain't paying that shit. I'll tell you that. I ain't paying that shit.
Yeah, look at his face.
He's like, all right.
He's like, all right. Well, I ain't paying it, so.
But I would dive more into it, but I don't want to get canceled. But yo, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy
no, if you don't want to pay, you could always trade him in for store credit and just buy him back when you got more money.
I'm trying to rare candy him so he can like get super strong.
This isn't Texas, bro.
Yo,
you're not getting away with any of that shit.
Whenever you feed him,
cut it out.
Does he, whether he gets breastfed or formula, he gets formula breastfed. If you want
to. You kicking shit? Bro, he don't do nothing all day, bro. This guy, he just picks up space.
Because I'm saying, like, so if you give him formula, you just mix it with, like, creatine. Like, just mix it with creatine or whatever, right? If you feed him formula, if he gets breastfed, just give the mother, just feed her, like, steroids, and he'll get big real quick.
The base does not share any of the views of Edboi whatsoever in terms of
give her.
We are not medical experts.
Give her a consistent dose of HGH, whey protein, creatine, all that, and he'll be dunking basketballs in like a year.
Yo, what's that beep screen that has all like the colors? That beep, like put that over everything this bastard just said just now. He's bugging.
But yeah, that was my journey, and it was crazy. And then I spoke to more people about it, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I went through the exact same thing." I know a lot of minority women who went through a similar situation where the doctors drugged them up first, and then asked them if they want to take that epidural, and then when they got the bill, it was like super duper high, or they drugged them up and then said, "Hey, you got to get a C-section." Like they suggested it, but like without. Not really a suggestion. Like, yo, Dique, it'll be crazy if you don't get a C-section. It'll be crazy what will happen to your baby if you don't get that C-section.
Yo, it's like buying a car, yo. Like,
bro, it's that bad. Like, I couldn't believe it. I would never know any of this stuff until being in being around it and seeing it for myself. Shit's crazy, bro.
Yo, this is legit like buying a car. Like everything you said verbatim. Because I bought my first one like back in 2018. I finally I remember the process of sitting down and you go to like 3 or 4 different booths. One's for insurance, another one's for coverage, another one's for the policy, another one's to go. And they're just like, listen, man, if you don't get that gap insurance, I'm telling you, God forbid if somebody scratches your car or like in a tree branch brushes up against
sir,
it.
I got your gap insurance. I got your gap insurance right here.
And of course, like the paperwork to sign like 15 to 20 documents separately just my car, and mine was used. I can imagine if it was new. And you said that was a child you had with insurance.
You probably signed it more because it was used, right? It's probably like all types of waivers and shit. Like, if you catch fire, we're not liable.
Yeah, and I financed my car too. I didn't buy it outright, so that's probably also why.
You know what else is interesting? They got mad documents, right? Like, first off, the father doesn't matter. They got mad documents.
Of course not. Of course not. This is America.
They have mad documents you got to sign to say you're the father. Like, you have to sign at least 4 papers saying, "Yo, I'm the dad." Like, it's. I don't know if they're
because it's the state's way of keeping you legally on the hook.
But now I'm wondering, Edboi, how do people get caught with child support and shit like that? If you got mad, did you sign in the beginning and you was like, "All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna see how niggas in 20 years." Like, how did they get caught?
Well, I mean, I'll put it like this: it's DNA, bills. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but from what I know, in most jurisdictions in the United States, it's like whoever. So it's always in the state's interest to lessen their load, right? So obviously they'll default to the biological father. But let's say you're in a relationship with a woman and you're seen as the father figure and you're taking care of that child, you could be on the hook for child support should you separate from that child, potentially. That's definitely happened because it's in the state's interest. The state looks at it like it's in the best interest of the child, right? So they look at it from the child's perspective. This child needs to be taken care of. You may not be the biological father, but you are effectively the father because you've taken care of that child at one point. So you're on the hook. That's just it. I mean, and that's not in all cases, but I've definitely seen cases of that being the case. It's always in the state's interest to offload whatever, not liability, but whatever costs they have to outsource to a person, they'll always do that in whenever they can, whether it's fair or not, or whether we see it as fair or not.
Ugo, Dique, Edboi, y'all thinking about having kids or?
Yes, absolutely. I'm Nigerian. I'm African. I have no choice but to have children. It's a prerequisite. Just like going to college.
Except for the ones who don't have children, but okay.
Right.
I mean, there's none of my cousins that are in my age group or a little above my age group are childless that I know of. And if they are, it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's just when.
Dique, I'm ready to be a grandfather, bro. Go out there and have a kid, bro. I'm ready to be a grandfather.
Listen.
I'm trying to say I need to save up for that bill.
Listen, DK's Dominican, so he's already got like a family of 5 that he's not supporting. So
that's terrible.
I know, it's so bad.
Oh man. I mean, maybe in the future, but as of right now, there's nowhere on my radar.
Bro, you're fucking 40.
Me and Edboi have talked about this in length. At the immediate future, like the immediacy.
Yeah.
Like right now,
in the immediate future.
Nah.
You're really 40. Like what?
I'm not. Bro. I'm not. See, I'm not. That's cap.
And it's not. And it's not because I don't want kids, but it's like it's the idea. Like for example, this isn't even a conversation I would have with myself unless other people brought it up. Right? Like in my head, it's totally abstract. I think about it because people around me are having kids and people bring it up. But if it wasn't for that, I don't talk to myself with any sort of regularity or serious, like it doesn't come up in my day unless we're having conversations. So that just tells me that it's just not a thing yet. And it's like, I'm not, I need to learn how to take care of myself. I'm like doing okay, but I don't think I possess, and there's never a right time, right, to have children. You're never going to know. There's no manual, but I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned about getting to a place where I feel comfortable about taking care of another human being. Like, I don't think I'm that mature yet. That's
Agreed. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, and anytime it gets brought up with, close friends of mine who have kids, or obviously aunts and uncles that are pressuring me for it. Same with look at Loso. Like that's the first thing I say. I'm like, listen, career wise and, especially money wise. Cause every friend that I talk to, Fab, case in point, they're just like, yo, it is a major life-changing investment. And like, you have to be prepared for that on some level, as well as your partner. You know what I mean? Unless like, no, I'm not a freaking entertainer that is making 10 million a year that I can shoot up the club with whoever and it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm just not there yet. So it's like, my goal is to make sure that that I've like matured on a personal level, on a financial level, on a spiritual level, where I'm at that place where I'm even having that conversation, as well as finding the right person to do it with.
That's the other.
Yo, that second.
Oh,
God. Go ahead. We about to pod.
I'm just saying because like, yo, there's a lot of like, where's I wish Future was here. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
Jada, respectfully.
Let's talk about it, bro.
She belongs to the streets.
Yo, bro, it starts with to the person. You feel me? Like you only thinking about it because all these. Dang, bro, I'm trying to think of a way.
It's bad, bro. Because even like dirt. Yeah, like even if I end up not being like, ideally, I would want to be with the person I'm having kids with, right? Like I would not want my kids raised. My kid has to be raised in a 2-parent household. That's like mandatory,
bro. It's bad.
That's mandatory. There's no like, and
it's non-negotiable.
And there's no way to guarantee that'll happen. But like, that's the last thing I want is, my kid being raised in like a fractured household. So that's something I'm worried about, right? Mm-hmm. Another thing is, finding the person, not saying that I'm fucking perfect, right? But like finding a person that I'd feel comfortable having kids with, because if you have kids with somebody, whether it works out or not, you're tied to that person for the rest of your life, period. Like even if you don't communicate with them, you're tied. You have to deal with them in some capacity, whether it's financially, whether it's indirectly through your child. You're going to hear about, like, you're just connected to that person. So, finding someone that fits that bill, it's hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and then there also has to be kind of like an alignment of values. Like, I don't require someone to believe in everything that I believe in and things of that nature, but there's some pretty basic things.
What are the basic things you have value-wise just fit in stone?
Some things I won't talk about, but some things I won't talk about. But one thing I don't want my child. So basically, the person
as a
I want to have kids with,
you were gonna say that, bro.
I want them to be educated. Like, I want them to be educated.
Define educated, bro. Like college?
Or like, it doesn't have to be college. It's just, they have to have a certain level of discourse. They have to have, like, I have to see, like, they have to be able to hold a conversation. They have to have, some sort of intellectual interest. They can't just be, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't
more than likely,
GED, a minimum of a GED.
I mean, if you haven't graduated high school, that demands an explanation. That's weird. It's like, bro, not even a GED, not even the GED.
What a red flag! What a red flag,
bro. That's a super, like, you have to have a crazy fucking excuse. You need to have I need to be able to see a Netflix documentary of your life to confirm all of the factors that prevented you from getting your GED. That's insane. But
a big red flag for me. Sorry, Edboi, to cut you off.
No, go for it.
A big red flag for me, like, if family or the idea of family is not important to you, like, I can understand. Like, I'm not saying that you have to come from a perfect 2-family household, nuclear family with no issues. Everybody's got their own baggage.
I am.
But well, you're Jamaican, so like I expect that from you 1,000% with your uncles with 40 kids. But anyway, so but nah. If like an initial like first date or first few outings, if it comes up in conversation that you're just like, yeah, family's not that important to me. Like I don't really care much about family. You know, I can't stand my parents. I hate my parents. I hate my siblings. I hate. I don't talk to any of them. Yada yada yada. Like family is not important. That is a major freaking red flag for me because I'm Nigerian. Family is everything. I come from a big family, a big extended family. My grandfather was a polygamist, so I got a billion cousins. You know what I mean? Like family is kind of a big deal. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas is, you know, that's why COVID's been so tough for my family is, you know, it's prevented us from having, and of course New Year's too, because we spend New Year's together, from, you know, sharing those memories together. So like if you're not big on family, that is a major red flag for me. Major.
Dang, Ugo's a crypto Mormon, polygamist.
It'd be like that.
Yo, bro, just moved to Utah. Nah, but I'm in Utah right now. Actually, it's nice.
Yeah,
but,
you pretty much are. It's hot there though, so not.
But the family is interesting, right? Because on one end, I do think you should value your family and close kin. However, given life circumstances, I'm not necessarily of the belief that you have to be close to your blood relatives, right? Because ideally that would be the case. Luckily, I grew up with a family that I'm close to, but there could be there could be circumstances in which your blood family are just pieces of shit. Like they might have treated you like shit. Like they could be drug addicts. They could be, you know, whatever. There could be certain circumstances that you don't necessarily value them. But I would also, on the same token, want them to value the idea of family, regardless of whether they're close to their blood family, right? So it's like, I'm of the belief that you create family, you know, and there's, you know, through other people. They don't necessarily have to be related by blood, even though it's nice to be close to your like kin, you know. But yeah. So I agree with you, but they don't necessarily have to like be close to their family. But there has to be a reason. Like you know, if you're just saying fuck your family for no reason and not important to you, that's odd. That's weird.
Dique, what you thinking? You got red flags for yourself too? You got red flags too?
Oh, I already know some of his red flags align with my red flags. I already know that.
I think I know some of his too.
Really? What do you think about red flags, bro?
Since I've known him for 35, 50 years.
Yeah.
Wait. What do y'all think they are?
Edboi, you first since you live.
He's like she.
Just give one. Just give one.
She can't have a vagina. No, I'm kidding. No.
She can't what? She can't have a vagina.
She doesn't like Goya. Like that's like number one.
Wow. Wow. See, now we're shadow banned from Instagram. From the Latinx community. But anyway.
I think a red flag Dique will focus on is
all right, I already know.
He
doesn't want a dumb chick, okay?
No, exactly.
Edboi
already. She can't be an idiot. She can't be an idiot.
My man. It's like
no way she can be
stupid.
No way, no how.
Like she she can't have a cat in a hat, you know, literacy level. You know,
no, she can't be a moron.
She has to be at least a PhD.
That's right.
He has to be a real scholar.
No, not for nothing, man. Like not that it had. Yeah, it kind of like coincidentally, I'm also with somebody that has like a lot of degrees, but like that was a big thing for me. Like, I guess that constantly, like, I guess educating yourself in one way, shape, or form, or like, you know, kind of working towards something, working towards more, to working towards like being able to work towards something. Like I just got, yeah, man, educated people, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like that's like, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be degrees, but just like those technical interviews, they're usually a good indicator of your ability to study and learn new things. But no, that's like a big thing to me. Like just constantly like educating yourself and like being educated. Just because like that's something that I want to like, you know, make sure that I like pass down and stuff like that. Because like at least a lot of the things that like a lot of the things I remember when I first started like dating, and when I was younger, clearly, you always think you're hot shit. You always talking about shit, especially me. But there was stupid shit that I used to be like, nah, these were deal breakers. I think religion was one of them, but the older I got, the more I realized it doesn't matter. And just with a lot of like other things, right? Like I guess I've started to value more being able to like work towards something, work and build towards something together, enjoying having things that we enjoy in common and we can enjoy one another, and also respecting, one another's time, like both of us valuing that, because that's one thing I definitely didn't want somebody that like kind of like depended on me for their happiness, as opposed to like share their happiness with me, because like that's one of the things that I see like growing up, like it was kind of like super toxic, right, with a lot of other people, where it was just like, where it was like, and I can see where it comes from a lot, but it's like they think that like that if they can't make themselves happy, they think somebody else is going to be able to, or they kind of have that expectation, right? And it's like, bitch, you can't make yourself, you bitch, you can't make yourself happy. What fuck makes you think I'm gonna figure this shit out? But you know what I mean? It's just like, so I found that very important. It's just like, that you you value shit like that.
I can just imagine him say, bitch, you can't make yourself happy, you born again? Bitch. What? Bitch, watch TV, bitch. Leave me alone.
I'm just thinking of Cat Williams where he's like, bitch, it's self-esteem.
No, in your self, it's self-esteem.
Oh man.
Yo. Shout out to the Pimp Chronicles.
Dique's gonna be calling her bitch for no reason.
Blame it on Cat Williams. Pimp Chronicles Part 1.
We looked at the red flags for them. Like, what do you think your red flags are? Like, what red flags do you think you bring?
Me?
All of us.
Like what would prevent someone from having a baby, like wanting to bear my children?
With you.
Who doesn't want good genes, a funny guy, like
the fact that I say shit like I don't want children yet. That's like the ultimate red flag.
That would be number one. That would be
the
number
ultimate
one.
red flag. It's like, he's like, hey, I want kids. No, I'm good.
Nah.
Red flag. I'm good.
Damn.
For me, I can speak for myself. Now go ahead, boy.
No, I just feel like I have to get to a place where I feel like I have sufficient resources financially, mentally, and get to a place of maturity where I'm just like, okay, this is a possibility. Because right now, I know I can take care of a kid if push comes to shove, because I have no choice, right? Like,
I'm passing my kid to you, bro.
Nah.
Yo, I do want to say something though, that like I didn't really think about like I guess wanting kids in the near future until like I had somebody that I was serious with and I thought that I could do that with. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't until I had like a girlfriend, we've been there for a while, and I was like, I like this a little more than I thought I would, and then thinking about the future, then I was like, yeah, you know what? I guess I do want kids sooner than later. The money thing, man, it's always in the fucking back of my fucking mind. Because the one thing is just like, it's just like, I just got this money. What the fuck? I don't want kids.
As a guy,
no matter how much you make, bro, it's going to stay in your head, bro.
As a guy,
bro,
and then activities, bro. Like I'm thinking about the activity in a few years, like daycare, all the activities, the random sports that I don't want to be like no, because I didn't have that shit growing up. And
just
it's like,
get Netflix to raise them.
And YouTube.
Netflix,
YouTube tutorials.
Coco Melon will handle like the first 5 years.
Just get a Roku
Coco
TV.
Melon.
Baby Shark.
Just get a baby Roku TV that has everything, and you'll be good to go.
Now, Dique, I agree with you, bro. Until you like you come across somebody who you want to have a kid with, bro, you're not jacking it. You don't even think.
Big facts, man. Big facts. I mean, I know that I'm at the point where every girl that like currently or whatever that I've like that I've deal with or whatnot, we talk about kids. You know what I mean? We talk about kids. You know, like it comes up in conversations. Like,
What'd you say? What'd you say? You be like, yeah, babe.
After
I'm
she
like,
dunk on you, she dunk on you. She go like this.
Anything for you, baby. Like,
nah, we talk. Nah, yo.
Is this in DR?
Put condom on, baby. Anything for you.
Man, this is in DR. This is in America. This is in all over, like area, coast, area, like ludicrous. Like, bro, it comes up. It has to. I mean, I'm at the point, bro. When you hit your 30s. And especially your mid 30s.
This nigga will line the bitches.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. There's no cap. There's no cap. There's no cap. There's no cap. I do not cap. There's one.
He's like, yeah, let's start a family together.
Nah. I don't do that.
It's all cool.
He's like, of course I love you. What do you mean?
You're the only one here.
What do you mean? There's nobody else.
You're the only one.
Listen. Regardless,
he's always looking at the camera off screen. He's like, yeah, of course, baby. That's his life, bro.
Cap. Okay, like we got a lot of cap going on. It's over 9,000 with these bastards. It's our view. Like my scouter is
You're the only person with a cap on.
My scouter, exactly. It's on because of you bastards. That's why. but no.
Like I want to start a big Nigerian family with you.
Hell yeah. Because again, my thing is when you get to your mid 30s, like that shit crosses your mind, man, about having kids, especially when like your immediate circle of friends that you've like grown up with or deal with on a regular basis, when they're popping out kids left and right. Case in point, somebody on this show, I'm not gonna say any names, Fab. You know what I mean? Like you start thinking about it, like, yo, I should probably at least begin to get my mindset aligned with what it might take to, start a family and take that, because again, matter of fact, I'll give you all a prime example. Randy Troy, friend of the show, also a fellow YouTuber.
Mars.
Yeah, my man Mars, also a Penn State alum, College of Communications, 2011. We are. I met his kid, his son, Mars Jr. for the first time, and I hadn't been to his apartment probably in a couple of years, so I didn't even recognize the place. They got toys everywhere. They got baby shows going. Like the bathroom looks like a freaking Kids R Us. Like the living room looks like a Kids R Us. Like, and just talking to him on a regular basis, just his mindset and his views just toward life and how your priorities change. And it's just about the kid now. It's the kid and then everything else you want to do. Like, yeah, okay, so I'm trying to do this with work and with my career and possibly marriage and this, that, and the third. But everything starts though with, he just started walking. We just started like he's doing stuff. He's figuring stuff out on his own. Today he did this. Last week he did this. 2 weeks ago he did this. You know what I mean? It's like the kid. You know what I mean? So like everything changes. That's not an exaggeration. So, just seeing that with close people that I grew up with and that I know, and and that are in my world and whatnot. Yeah, it definitely you'd be capping if you said that it hasn't crossed your mind. So that's why I brought it up. I don't know what the rest of these motherfuckers talking about like, yo, you out here, it's so cool. Like, get out of here, bro. Not even.
It's okay. We can edit. We can edit it out. We can talk about what you really do off air. It's cool.
Now we'll talk about DR. Shout out to DR too. Yo, I just want to thank Dique for.
Oh man, he's a
DR.
dad. It's official.
Shout out to Dique, and I just want to thank you again for your country. Your country's amazing.
You're welcome.
Just thank you.
Took me a while to build it.
Gracias, Papi.
How much do the prostitutes cost in DR? You never told me. How much do they cost, Hugo?
I mean, if you know them, it costs you zero because that's prostitution.
It's called swag, bro.
It's called,
he said you have to pay.
Yeah, it's called game.
It's
called game. It's called game. It's like
so who'd y'all vote for?
I don't think you're. Are you allowed?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're in different areas.
I'm white, bro. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in Jersey, and yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I voted for Edboi.
Yeah. Did you really? You could actually just scribble my name in.
Bro,
That's
right now
cool.
you look like a politician.
You really do. Like you look
Do
like
I?
you look like a politician, or you're trying to recruit people to go to
Sounds
DeVry.
like
I do look like
It's
a
one,
politician
it's
that
one or the other.
shows up at a bar and tries to drink with you and tries to be like a nice guy. But I'm really just trying to run everything.
I
So
bet
you-
he unbuttoned this, and I bet you his sleeves
Yep.
are rolled up, so he looks like he's one of the cool ones. Like he's just one of
Drinking a
the
beer?
workers.
One of the common
I
folk.
could have a beer with that guy.
I can see his first and last name on a fucking billboard, bro.
Vote for me.
I could too. I don't think I would ever get into politics.
Yo,
He's
yo,
got
do
that voice too.
Do it, bro.
Nah, bro. You definitely look like you're trying to
Yeah,
recruit
you
me
have
to
a clean
DeVry,
pass.
to DeVry or Everest College. One or the other.
Oh man,
Reach
he
for the sky.
downgraded me hard. He's like, "Yeah, you're running." Oh nah, man, you could fucking be in a DeVry commercial. Holy fuck!
Hey, what are you doing right now?
Edboi, you got a clean pass, bro. You should definitely do it, bro.
Nah.
Oh, that's cap. That's new era right there.
What do you mean?
Watch in 10 years, bro. In 10 years.
I have no scandals, no children,
It's past
no
the-
criminal
it's
record.
clean. It's
That's
clean, bro.
that's 5950 right there.
59. No, I don't have a criminal record, guys. I could. The thing about politics is like
Politics.
Oh, I see what you did there. You changed the word, but what like, man, when it comes to politics, it's like you have to be. I won't even say arrogant enough, but you really have to believe that
Perfect.
you have an idea and you have the ability to like enact certain things and mold the world to a certain way. You know, if you get in it to change things. And I feel like to run the president of the United States, how arrogant do you have to be that you're really fucking qualified for that shit? I feel like a lot of the people who are probably most qualified to run will probably never do it because they're considerate enough to think, hey, maybe, like, you know what I mean? Like, they would constantly think about things critically, second guess themselves, and not necessarily play the game to get elected. And I don't want to stereotype all politicians as just being like concerned with being reelected, but it's obvious to me that a large part of the job is, you know, getting elected, keeping your job, or getting the next job. And I don't know if it's in me. I don't know. I'm not that jaded yet. Oh, I wouldn't even say jaded. Maybe that's not fair. But like, I don't know if I have it in me to like just to do that, right? Like the most I might do is maybe local politics or something like that. Like, you know, where I could, you know, small scale, because I really think that's what matters the most anyway is local politics. So maybe I would get involved. Like maybe I could support something, but I'm the type of person to like volunteer more or put my money towards a cause or enact something myself. But, you know, once it gets like, oh, there's we got sound effects.
We have a soundboard.
We have a soundboard? Where? Wait, hold up.
Hey, how you do that? How you do
Hold
that?
up. We got, oh
you do
man,
that,
this
bro?
is about to get abused.
Yo, where is
Hold
it?
up.
Yo, how you do
Hold
that?
up. It's about to get abused.
How you do that?
How you do it?
Yo, where is
Oh
this?
my God.
He's not gonna tell us because he knows that we can't
he's
handle
muted.
it.
I can't even hear him.
Go to the thing where it says raise or lower your hand and hit the little arrow, and it has different reactions.
Oh, I got booed.
Yo, is that
Oh,
cricket?
it's over. Oh my God, it's fucking over, bro. We
Yeah.
have a soundboard.
Oh my god!
We're official.
This
We're
is-
official, bro.
It's the base.
Bro,
It's the base.
yo, we're over 9,000 right now.
Over 9,000.
Hold
And
on.
Oh my god!
I'm running for president. Oh my God.
Yo,
that's
do
fucking
that,
great.
and this is
That's fucking
and I
great.
and
My
I
name-
approve- and I approve
My
this
name is
message.
Edboi, and I approve this message.
And that's the bass.
Oh my god, that's fucking
She
crazy.
get low like it's nothing really to it. She pick it up and she spin it back around and she get it from my mama. Damn, I knew it. Enzoku, Enzoku, Enzoku. Nice job, boy. Ibu Kwenu, yeah, that's true. She move her hips so proper. Yeah, and she look like Rihanna.